Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this week's video, I'm going to be continuing my Drawing YouTubers series by drawing Moriah Elizabeth. I recently drew her characters Eustace and Shelly, and you guys seem to really like that video. I see you must be fans of Moriah Elizabeth, so I hope you enjoy this drawing of Moriah herself. This idea was suggested by this lovely commenter right here. Shout out to Gabriella Crafts 1738. Thank you so much for this suggestion. I hope you enjoy this video and like the way the picture turns out. Also, sorry if I said your name wrong. I mean, I think I said it right. It seems pretty simple, but you know how I am. I always seem to somehow mess things up anyways. Thank you for that suggestion, and remember guys, you can always leave me comments to let me know who or what you'd like to see me draw next. They can be YouTubers, like in this case, or something from a show, movie, etc. Anything you'd be interested in seeing me draw, you can suggest. I love reading your guys' comments and hearing what you have to say, and I want to make sure that you guys like the drawings that I'm making. I do want to preface that it is no guarantee that I will draw what you suggest. I mean, if it's something like super outlandish, then maybe I won't, but I will definitely try to do it and take it into consideration. Also, if you do suggest something, it probably won't be in my very next video, so just so you know. If you missed the video where I draw Eustace and Shelly, I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the description and at the end of this video so you can go check it out in case you're interested. I actually drew them as humans and I think they turned out really cute, so would recommend you go check out that video if you'd like to. Also, let me know which one of her characters are your favorites and that you want to see me draw next. They're all very cute. I kind of want to draw some more, but I'm not exactly sure which ones, so let me know. Also, be sure to like this video so that I know that you enjoyed it and so that I know that you want to see me draw more of Moriah Elizabeth's characters. If you somehow made it this far in the video and you don't know who Moriah Elizabeth is, let me explain. Moriah Elizabeth is a YouTuber best known for her squishy makeover videos, though she seems to be quite popular among the art community as a whole. She has a very fun, bubbly personality, which combined with her art skills and bright choice of colors, you can really see why people enjoy her videos. The way she edits her videos is also very funny, as she uses footage from her own previous videos. If you're somebody who enjoys the art of art and have not checked out Moriah's channel yet, go ahead and do so after this video, link in the description as always. I personally only started watching Moriah's videos not too long ago. I had heard of her before, but for some reason I hadn't watched any of her videos until one fateful day when I got suggested one of her videos. I can't remember which one it was, but I was just kind of like, I kind of heard of you before, and this looks kind of interesting. Like, why don't I go ahead and watch this? I mean, she's an art YouTuber, why haven't I seen her yet? And after watching that video, I was kind of surprised I hadn't seen her channel before. But I do live under a rock and am late to literally everything ever, so makes sense. But okay, let's talk about this picture. So I was trying to think, what is very, like, Moriah Elizabeth of a setting, or pose, or, you know, just the whole picture? What would make sense for her? And at first I was thinking maybe because she's like the queen of squishy makeovers, I should have her seated atop a squishy throne. But I did find that idea kind of odd, so I was thinking about possibly any other options, and I just thought rainbows. Because I mean, if you've ever watched Moriah's videos, you know her love of rainbows. But side tangent, what I didn't realize until drawing this very picture is that Moriah doesn't draw the actual official rainbow. Shocking, I know. You see, the official colors of the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. But Moriah only ever draws 6 colors, those being red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Aha! I have exposed you, Moriah! Okay, so it's really not that crazy, and most people won't care, but I found this funny as she makes sure everyone knows that a rainbow is only considered a rainbow when the colors are in specific rainbow order, which I already said, so I'm not gonna bother and say it again. And if it's a row of colors that is not in rainbow order, then it's not a rainbow, which I totally agree with, valid point. Don't know why anyone would call something that's just a row of colors a rainbow when it's not in rainbow order, like, that's literally what a rainbow is. Colors in a specific order. But the point of this being is that because she's like so passionate about rainbows, I just found it kind of interesting that she actually doesn't draw like the official rainbow, which I mean, technically the official rainbow kind of has 2 blues or 2 purples depending on what you consider indigo, and it makes sense that you'd want the colors to be an even number. But I'm just saying. Anyways, tangent over. I was thinking rainbows, and then I was thinking, well, maybe Moriah should be like in the clouds on a rainbow or something, because That makes sense. And then I remembered one of the drawings she did. It was the one for her laptop screensaver background desktop thing. What is that officially called? It's just called like a screensaver. I always want to call it a desktop, but is that only for like, you know, desk computers, like monitors? Or is it called that just in general? I don't really know. And for anyone who doesn't know what drawing I'm referring to, in that drawing there are these six color-themed bunnies. In that drawing, there are 6 color-themed bunnies, whose job it is to paint the rainbow. So since my plan was to draw Moriah hanging out in the clouds with a rainbow, I thought it would be fun to include the rainbow bunnies to help set the scene and give the drawing more interest and something for Moriah to be doing instead of just kind of sitting there. So I guess the story is that she's helping the bunnies paint the rainbow and just getting mesmerized by its glory. That's also why the rainbow looks all drippy and paint-y, because, you know, it's being painted. It's made of paint. Plus, we get some cute bunnies and a fun reference that only true Moriah Elizabeth fans would understand. And in case you have missed that video of hers, I will go ahead and link that in the description as well, just for you. It was quite interesting drawing the rabbits because I didn't want to necessarily draw them in the style that Moriah did because I felt they would look too cartoony next to my style. But I also felt the style that I usually draw animals in, which is kind of a more semi-realistic-y kind of style, would look too realistic and like odd for what they're doing and make it look weird. Which I'm not out here saying that my style of drawing animals is that realistic because it's really not, but I did try and draw one of the bunnies in that style and it looked super weird and creepy. And so in the end, I ended up with this style. What do you guys think of it? I kind of think they turned out super cute, but you have to let me know. And while you're at it, let me know which bunny is your fave in the drawing and just character-wise. I really like them all, so I don't know. I actually did a few new things in this video, from the style of the bunnies and the paint, which I find somewhat difficult because of the consistency of paint. Like, it's not runny or like watery, but it's not like solid or even slimy. It's just kind of like a somewhat solid fluid. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like, everybody knows the consistency of paint and it's probably like, what are you talking about? But for some reason I have a hard time coloring paint and just like shading it and making it look like it's dripping, which is why you do see that I had like a previous sketch, kind of, basically I guess it's a sketch, of the rainbow before that I was referencing and kind of drawing over. So yeah, that's what that was. Just me trying to figure out paint. I also tried shading differently. So I think I've done this before. I want to say it was in my Jurassic Park picture, but I have played around with using multiply, which is an effect you can do to the layer. This style of shading basically makes it easier to add more color and contrast, which is definitely something that you probably want to do because it does give the drawing more color and depth, and it's something that I try to do but I'm not necessarily the best at. And so I usually see people using the multiply layer in order to add that extra color, but that kind of confuses me because the color that you put down and then when you do the multiply effect, it does change the color quite a bit, so you really just kind of have to figure out what you're doing. So that's why I don't really do it that often, along with the fact that I oftentimes feel like it can add too much color to the picture, like it just makes the shading look too intensely purple or whatever the color is, to the point where it just like looks odd or like too colorful or whatever it is, you know? And that's why I thought this picture was perfect to try this out on, because it's super colorful, so the interestingly colored shading wouldn't be super distracting or look out of place. And I did definitely learn from this and will be using it in the future because I really like the way the shading turns out on this picture. So let me know what you think. And also let me know what you think of Moriah in this drawing. I don't really think it looks that much like her, but if you know Moriah, you could probably guess that it's supposed to be her without me telling you. Also let me know if Moriah is one of your guys' favorite YouTubers. I'm very curious to know. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you, to everyone who is subscribed, and to those of you who just watch my videos occasionally. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. I really enjoy making videos for you guys, and it's always great to see that you guys enjoy them, because even though I make them for fun for me as well, I also make them for you guys, so that you have something fun to watch. So thank you, you are all amazing. Okay, but not to get too mushy, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our community of supernovas. Alright, so we're coming up on the end of the drawing here, and one thing that you may notice is that I forget to add any highlights. I'm not sure why. I was like thinking, oh yeah, like I need to add highlights, like that's something that I do, but I just like forgot. I guess it was because there was already so many bright colors. I was just like blinded by the fact that there didn't need to be highlights, I guess. But I did end up adding the highlights after recording. So you don't see it in the video, but you see it in the finished picture. And while I was at it, I decided to play around and add some extra rainbow glowing effects. So let me know what you think of that. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention was the outfit I decided on for Moriah. So I went with a shirt that I believe I have seen her wear before, and that was perfect for this picture. It has a rainbow on it, but it's also white. I went with this shirt because I didn't want the shirt to be too busy and clash with the busyness on the rest of the picture. It ties in with the rest of the picture and makes her stand out against the rainbow. I hope you enjoyed the video, and here's the picture. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you, bye!